EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Atlanta. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line. Just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, wide 25, 54. Your track, your track. Check 13. Check 13.
A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They toss to Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, exit.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
51, Tom. Hey, Alpha. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Hey, we got to get this stop here.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And Freeman lost the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's move to a quick. Chance.
Now it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Looking for the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 27 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Hey, wait. Check. Hey, wahoo.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he completes it to Julio Jones. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Tighten up. 54, stop. X3, 218, chop it. Hey, sprint plan. Hey, seam 6.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Ryan.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
54, stop. Hey, echo. Check mark 27.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Bravo. Hey, John.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. He'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Ryan, and that is incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in.
Hey, orbit.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing to do.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 21 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
14.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wilson now. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Let's go. Let's hit this ball back.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones, and he goes out right around the 39. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Ryan. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Watch the boot. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
Check 50. Check 51.
On 1st down, it's Freeman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. On 1st down, Ryan. That's going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just run.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Now Jones. Forced out to his left. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And an alley to run. He'll have a first down past the 40. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Ryan. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Wilson leaves this one with Penning. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
21! 5! 25 cents!
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
27. Too little, cut. 58. Go.
On 3rd down, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A carry now for Lynch. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken short. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack.
Here we go.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrap. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Kill. Got it. Kill. Turn up.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Alert.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Wilson to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
And he coughed it up, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Bang out, bang. 45.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. It's caught. Lockett. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.